Joining me now, the Lou Dobbs Tonight A-Team. Ellis Hennigan, he's Fox News political analyst. Bernard Whitman, former pollster for President Clinton and Mayor Bloomberg. And Chris Wilson, Republican strategist, let's see if I can say that word, strategist and pollster, former executive director of the Texas Republican Party. Good to have you all here. Ellis, let me begin with you. Let's start with the most recent developments, which is that there is a finding, an executive order by this president to commit covert forces to Libya 2 to 3 weeks ago. I thought no boots on the ground. Was
maybe some sandals on the ground. How about that? Listen, one of the lessons of these engagements, Lou, is that they are always more complicated than you think they are, and that whatever you say on paper, you know, the enemy also gets a vote, and this will not end tomorrow.
As you listen to this, Bernard, I mean, you've got to be thinking complications. The rules are there for everyone to see. Why get involved? Did the president explain that adequately to you?
Well, frankly, I think a lot of questions remain, and you saw the president's job approval slip a bit in the Quinnipiac poll that was released today, and I think that's because a lot of people in this country still are unclear about why we're there, how long we're going to be there, how we're going to get out, and more importantly, I think there's been so much time and attention and money focused in recent weeks on the Middle East, whether it's Libya, the uprisings in Egypt, and the broader role of the United States in Afghanistan and Iraq. Meanwhile, we have so many problems in this country that are not being adequately dealt with. So it's understandable that his
ratings are at the lowest point of his presidency.
I think so, and I think my counsel to the president would be he's got to speak very clearly to independents and say, look, I understand we're dealing with a lot of challenges.
Surely you wouldn't think he'd be thinking of the campaign so early in his administration.
Well, I tell you.
So let me turn to Chris.
He ought to.
Chris, that poll has got to... well, it's got to make you smile just a bit there to see the president sliding in the midst of this. It's also got to worry you that there's no clear candidate in the Republican Party that suggests that he or she can beat this president, at least as it's now constructed.
Well, to address the Libya issue first, I think the greater concern is the fact that we seem to be letting our allies in Europe lead the way here. And I think any time that you have us taking the lead of France when it comes to intervention, it's got to scare pretty much everybody.
Who would you have lead us here, Chris? Let me ask you that question. Because I mean, this is an administration that doesn't know who the enemy is, doesn't apparently know who the opposition is, doesn't apparently have an exit plan, and
well, that's
really
a greater concern. I don't think there's any question.